Man, what an NFL combine. What a crop of wide receivers that we just witnessed. And we just got so much wiggle room here. The Chicago Bears, everything that everyone's talking about, the number one, regardless of that. And there's tons of scenarios. The real story of this draft might be what's done with the number 9 that we have. And what's up? I'm Sean. This is Sports Talk Bears. We're building something special here as we push to 5,000 subscribers. Join us, hit the subscribe button. Would love to have you. So let's talk about this number 9 pick. If that's the pick we trade back with in the end, we can still get a stud at wide receiver with the proceeds on the back half of the first round and into the second. We can still get a stud, and that's just worth talking about. I mean, it's a long wait till the draft. So once the top half of the first round is done, there are 3 guys that might end up being perennial all-pros picked well beyond that, and that's what I want to touch on. This combine, it was just eye-opening, and this might be the best wide receiver draft in decades from top to bottom. It's definitely one of the deepest or the deepest I've ever seen, and it all starts with Brian Thomas Jr. from LSU. Look at the story on ontapsports.net. They do a great profile on him. I always want to give credit. So Malik Neighbors, we know about him, right? But Thomas at 6'3" and 209, he is a pass catcher with tall. He's super tall. He has a tapered frame, and he's explosive and dangerous. He had an average of 17.3 yards per catch in 2023, and he can easily cover the field on vertical routes, right? With his sudden burst and long strides, he'd be a great receiver to pair with DJ Moore here, and he boasts a type of weight, length, and suddenness that projects so well, it could make him a dominant presence as an X receiver at the pro level. I would love to have him. Let's look at his measurables at the combine. He had a 38.5-inch vertical leap, and he ran the second fastest timer among receivers at the combine in 4.33 seconds. That's at 6'3", 209. Are you kidding me? The scouts take on him, and I'm going to reference this story. Dangerous straight line speed, a big play waiting to happen, 20 plus yard receptions in 2023. That's the 3rd most in college football. 23 forced missed tackles on 127 career catches. He adjusts to the ball in the air. Acrobatic catches, those are firmly in his repertoire. He can high point the ball, and I can expect him to be something. I think he's going to be a game-changing deep threat from the jump in his NFL career. His field flipping speed, that's what impacts the game the most, and that's what I'm interested in. And he flashes the movement skills to expand as a route runner and separator. He has room to grow. With having room to grow, he has a little knock. He just needs to sharpen his technique for all of it to just come together, right? And it's just going to take a little development here. But if he could start out as a number 3 on our team by the end of the season, he could just be an absolute monster. And remember, this is also the dude that led the country in touchdowns with 17. Another wow. So I'm going to go to the next player that everyone wants to talk about. And you guys have heard of this guy. He is the darling of the combine with his 40 time. And that guy, that's going to be Xavier Worthy. I mean, the Texas product made history with a 40-yard dash record of 4.21. We just got to talk about him. And I'm going to this story on sportsmockery.com. Give them a look, too. They do great work. So let's point out whose record he broke first, right? John Ross, you remember him. He broke his record with a 4.22. This also wasn't a fluke because Worthy, he'd already run a 4.25 on his first attempt. Everyone was cheering, and he's like, nope, I want to break the record. I'm going to go again. So I guess he just had to get warmed up. We actually are truly interested in him. Aaron Wilson of Click2 Houston reported that 6 teams total met with him at the combine, and we were one of them. Poles is aware of the advantage of a player that can rip the top off a defense. I mean, he used to watch Tyreek Hill do it constantly in KC, and I think he's interested. And with Mooney leaving, many are saying he's actually going to the Chiefs in free agency, so we no longer have a vertical threat. And funny enough, as Sports Mockery points out, NFL draft expert Lance Zierlein, he compares him to Mooney in his scouting report, which is kind of a coincidence, but that's pretty funny. This guy might just be legit though, and it's not just speed. Let's look at his 3 seasons at Texas. 2,755 yards, 26 touchdowns, plus a punt return score in 2023 for good measure. But the only thing is, Poles has a type, right? And it's at least 6 foot. It's at least 200 pounds. If that's concrete, then Worthy, sorry, he's not Worthy here. He stands at 5'11". He's only 165 pounds. So he better be a burner, right? He's small. That's a huge flag. Is his speed enough to overlook it? Let's decide. Let's let polls decide. But this last player might be the best guy that I want to talk about. And this is another player, Adonai Mitchell. I think this might be my favorite receiver outside of MHJ and Odunze. I'm super high on him. His tape is absolutely nuts, and he backed it up in the combine. Just an all-around unique athletic performance, just sick. He's going to be a second rounder, I believe. So obviously trades would need to take place. So we'd have a presence in that round. Right now, we have 0 picks in the second. I mean, we can go through all the trade scenarios, but that's for another story, right? But rest assured, it's absolutely possible to maneuver here for any of these players. So let's just talk about the player. He performed like a freak athlete. He's shown on the field and boosted his stock tremendously, especially at this combine. And his teammate Worthy, he's getting all the press, right, for his 40 time. But Mitchell, he ran a 4.34 40. So he's going to rip the top off the defense as well. And better yet, he's a much bigger athlete. Well within the range of what Poles is looking for. He stands at 6'2", and he weighs 205 pounds. That's 3 inches taller, 40 pounds heavier, and within just a sliver of the speed Worthy displayed. So I just love this guy. The NFL Network also did something really cool. They used his 40 footage, and they overlaid a simulcam of A.J. Brown and Julio Jones when they ran their 40 40s at the combine, and Mitchell, he was way out ahead of them. It was cool to see. It's crazy to watch. Go look it up. Go check it out. It's well worth it. No, they didn't make him run against Patrick Mahomes on the simulcam. That was done quite a few times, which is really funny. So check that out as well. Mahomes hates it. Scouts also saw what will be a huge strength: contested catches. This guy checks all the boxes. He might be overlooked as a huge find right out in the open. I mean, there are so many other receivers overshadowing him, especially this 40 time by Worthy. I think he's hiding right in plain sight. And he has a 39.5-inch vertical and a sick 11-foot 4-inch broad jump to go with his size, to go with his weight, to go with his speed. He seems really complete. So comparing him to Thomas Jr., he isn't much shorter. He's an inch shorter, and he still has 11 touchdown catches last year. And as you know, Thomas Jr., he led college football with 17, but still 11. That's pretty fantastic. A better vertical and broad jump, that makes him a definite comparable. And man, would love to get one of these 3 guys on our team. And I think Mitchell is my guy as the 3rd player profiled in this story. And I appreciate you guys watching. I just want to outline the fact that this isn't all about MHJ. It isn't all about Odunze. It isn't all about Neighbors. Any of these 3 guys, they are fully viable as choices outside of the first half of the first round. And it's about time we're talking about him. All of these guys, it's about time that we're looking for that there are more choices of what we can do in this draft. So you guys check it out. Let me know what you think. Love and appreciate each of you. And I'm so thankful. See ya.